Yo, what up, yo? You got the RZA right here, the Abbott of the Wu-Tang Clan in the building.
You name the artist, you win $5.
Now, why would you try RZA? The only thing I can think of is they're going to try him on different genres, classical, country. You know, ain't no way you're going to try him with some hip-hop. Ain't no way. But let's get into it.
Tramp, Otis Redding, Carla Thomas.
Tell me about that song.
Man, those drums has been sampled in hip-hop so many times. You know, we don't like the sample snitch, they say. But the drums in this song, whether it's this version of it, because Otis Redding did a version, then you got there's like 20 versions of this song. And it's always that boom, bop, boom, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, which is the jump off, Wu-Tang.
Okay, let's keep going.
I'm in it now.
Only the good die young.
It's my boy Billy here. So let me just tell you this about Billy Joe.
Tell me about Billy Joe.
First of all, New York.
There's
You know what I
Madison
mean?
Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden is right
like,
there.
He's the king of Madison Square Garden.
His lyrics just was, you know, to me on the level of Leonard Cohen. And the thing about Billy is he's writing it himself. One of my favorite songs from him, She's Always a Woman to me. Because throughout the years of dealing with different women in my life, I've seen so many characteristics of the women he described in that song, She's Always a Woman. Because no matter what, though, she does. Because she'll build you up, she'll cut you like a knife. But she's always a woman, you know what I mean?
So far, 2 for 2. And he ain't stuttering, he ain't pondering on it.
This is my buddy right here.
That's your boy.
Yeah, it's my boy. This is Interpol.
Sure is.
Paul Banks, what up, yo? I just actually saw them in concert in Inglewood last month.
I saw them here a couple months ago, like incredible. I asked him when he was on the show about you guys working together and how that happened, but I want to hear your side of the story.
He had mentioned me in one of his interviews or something. My manager at the time saw it. He was a fan of his. And he got us together, and we had went to this tequila bar. So we started playing chess and hanging, and then maybe a couple of years later, we was like, let's do a project.
He said you whooped his ass at chess.
He got some skills. Curtis Mayfield, all day. Great composer, great songwriter, lyricist, musician himself.
They wasted their time on that one. They wasted their time playing some Mayfield, thinking he wasn't gonna know who Curtis Mayfield was. The fuck?
The first artist for me that I was able to listen to his music and write a song while listening.
Where does the love for music start for you?
I guess my first love will come from, you know, family members having records. My uncle was always walking and singing something in the room. You know, when I heard hip hop in the streets of New York City on Staten Island, my cousin RZA took me to a block party, and I heard that those break beats drop and all that, and I just was addicted, and it sent me on a journey. And then I realized that the journey of music, of course, is lifelong, but it's multi-genre, multi-race. I could put on Bernard Herrmann's score, and I'm good.
You probably realized as you were listening to music and watching movies at the same time, you started to click and hear them together.
I think that is 200% true.
All right, let's keep going.
Bong bong, we in the building.
Y'all ain't in the building, y'all outside. The hell? But so far, RZA is outstanding. The RZA is outstanding. Shout out to RZA, the genius. He was my favorite for a while after Wu-Tang. I think now my favorite is Inspector Deck, but I'm starting to get into Master Killer song.
One of my favorite bands, haven't met them yet. 4 stars out of 5. Arctic Monkeys. I name dropped this song in one of my lyrics. I got a song called Garden State.
I ain't never even heard of the Arctic Monkeys. Never heard of them.
I'm on the FDR Drive, bumping Arctic Monkeys 4 out of 5. It's 4 out of 5 mics I might get.
Who chose these songs? I don't know.
I know something about RZA. Hit him with the Arctic Monkeys. That's going to get him happy.
I'm going to go a little harder.
If you just go into the samples, I could go Ice Cube, I could go Sescapades, but the original was Booker T and the MGs, Hip Hugger. Easy Mo B.
Shout out to Memphis, man. Stax Music.
Produced my first single, B-side called Sexcapades, and there's a version of this exact sample.
Booker T and the MGs, like when you talk about this classic soul beats in the studio, those guys.
Incredible. On my flight into New York, I watched the Stax documentary on the plane, so a little bit unfair.
They work with Otis too, right? A little bit?
Yeah, they work with Otis. I mean, they was the house band for so many great songs. The funny thing about Booker T and them is that when the label went under and they had to come back and change their logo, the first song the label comes back with is Soul Limbo, which is Booker T and the MGs again.
I gotta watch that
It's a
documentary.
great documentary.
All right, for 640.
Wow, I'm getting some cheese here. Is this the original or the? I gotta get another bar. But it's the original. Okay.
Speaking of cheese,
This is the Charmels right
Yes.
here. Now, once again, Stax Records, Isaac Hayes and David Porter on production, but Booker T.
I grew up on the crime side. The New York Times side was staying alive, was no jive. Some shit he sampled. The moms bounced with old mans, and then we moved to share the land. They just playing with him now. They just playing with him now. Hey, this one for you, Keith. For real.
T and the band is playing. So they use sometime Booker T and the MGs to play, or they would use the Barcades. But this is before the Barcades, I think. So this is probably Booker T and his band playing the instruments. He's all into my catalog. Keep going. I'm winning here. How can I lose?
I know you know this one, but I just want to play it.
So this is Willie Mitchell.
Willie
grooving.
Mitchell.
Now the cool thing about Willie Mitchell, so he starts off as a musician, but then he goes on and
That's
produces
another Wu-Tang
some of the greatest soul records of all time. Al Green. Syl Johnson is produced by Willie Mitchell. And Syl Johnson, I mean, from RZA sampling him to Kanye sampling him to Sarita Johnson, his daughter, being singing on those hooks that we love in hip hop. Another Memphis producer, not far from Stax. I actually went down to the High Recording Studios. Their studio still exists. The original.
What were you doing in Memphis?
I went down there to record an album called A Better Tomorrow. I just wanted to give tribute to the sound and to the people that I would sample. I'm winning over here, getting cold, but that's okay. I'm gonna do some jumping jacks.
Come on.
Nice. What is this?
Hugh Masekela. He's from South Africa. He came
Oh, they got him on one. They had the other way, all the way to South Africa to stump the RZA. Ain't that something?
over and played with all the jazz greats.
I think I know somebody who might want to sample that. Man, I might want to sample.
There we go. Okay, if you end up sampling that,
I owe you.
I'm coming to the show.
$5.
You. All right, I got one more for you.
This is because I watch all his movies. I know his sound. He pioneered the synthesizers. John Carpenter. This is The Fog.
Yep.
Listen, that movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
You have a favorite soundtrack?
My favorite is Morricone. I could say The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah.
I would say Morricone is my favorite, but I'm also fans of our contemporaries, everybody who's brought so much to the scoring game, from Hans Zimmer to John Williams. Like, composers are, to me, special musicians because they tell stories with their music and they capture and they play with your emotion.
It's like the cheat code for the director because they're just like, let me hit this strings here and I'll make them feel a certain type of way.
It's more complicated than that, but it is a powerful art form.
When you have worked on movies before, like just doing the score, you watch the movie like without any music and then you fill in the blanks?
Yeah, depending on the job.
Like what about working with Jim Jarmusch?
That started with the script. That was my first score. I went back and I studied Peter and the Wolf. Every character has an instrument.
Yeah.
And so with that concept in my brain, that was my cheat code to composing. So I haven't missed one. I missed one.
You missed the last
wait.
one. It's
So I
double or
lost.
nothing.
Ah, shit. Next time.
Anything else? What's going on right now?
Wu-Tang is gonna do our final tour. It's called the Wu-Tang, the Final Chamber. And we're gonna all come together and take one more trip around this globe and show you that Wu-Tang spirit, yo.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Absolute pleasure meeting you. It was awesome. Much respect. Thank you.
Even in 2025, as you can see, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Nah, I'm just fucking with y'all. But as you can see, in 2025, RZA's still on his shit. What y'all think about it? I'll leave the link to the video in the description. Maybe you might see something else on there you like on their channel. Go to the Trackstar channel, hit the subscribe button. If you here and you made it this far in my video, why you ain't subscribed yet? This is what we do over here. We like to have fun. We do these hip-hop reviews, media music reviews, doing what we do. Hit the like button. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.